In the annals of human civilization, few empires have commanded such reverence and fascination as the Ming Dynasty of China. For nearly 3 centuries, from 1368 to 1644, this remarkable imperial house transformed a war-torn nation into the most prosperous and culturally sophisticated empire on earth. The Ming weren't just another Chinese dynasty. They were the architects of what many historians consider China's true golden age, a period when Chinese influence stretched across continents and their achievements in art, science, and exploration left an indelible mark on world history. But how did a peasant rebellion against Mongol rule evolve into one of history's most magnificent empires? What drove the Ming to construct the Great Wall as we know it today, launch massive naval expeditions that reach the shores of Africa, and create some of the most exquisite art and architecture ever conceived? The story of the Ming Dynasty is far more extraordinary than most people realize, filled with brilliant emperors, devastating conflicts, technological marvels, and cultural achievements that continue to shape our world today. The Ming story begins in the most unlikely of circumstances. In the mid-14th century, China languished under the rule of the Yuan dynasty, established by the Mongol conquerors who had swept down from the northern steppes nearly a century earlier. The Mongols had proven themselves masterful warriors, but governing the vast Chinese territories presented challenges they struggled to overcome. Corruption plagued the government, natural disasters ravaged the countryside, and resentment simmered among the Chinese population, who felt like second-class citizens in their own land. It was against this backdrop of social upheaval that a young peasant named Zhu Yuanzhang emerged from obscurity. Born into grinding poverty in what is now Anhui province, Zhu experienced firsthand the hardships that ordinary Chinese people endured under Mongol rule. His family had been devastated by famine and disease, experiences that would later fuel his determination to create a more just society. After spending time as a Buddhist monk, Zhu joined the Red Turban Rebellion, one of several uprisings that erupted across China in the 1350s. What set Zhu apart from other combination of military rebel leaders was his remarkable genius and political acumen. While his rivals engaged in endless factional fighting, Zhu methodically consolidated power in the Yangtze River Valley. He understood that military victory alone wouldn't be enough. To establish a lasting dynasty, he needed to win the hearts and minds of the Chinese people while building effective governmental institutions. The transformation from rebel leader to emperor wasn't immediate. For over a decade, Zhu fought a series of campaigns that gradually eliminated his rivals and pushed the Mongols back toward the northern frontiers. His forces captured the Yuan capital of Dadu, present-day Beijing, in 1368, effectively ending Mongol rule over China. On January 23, 1368, Zhu proclaimed himself Emperor Hongwu, founding the Ming Dynasty and establishing his capital at Nanjing. The early years of Ming rule were marked by sweeping reforms designed to restore Chinese cultural identity and strengthen imperial authority. Emperor Hongwu abolished the position of chancellor, concentrating unprecedented power in the hands of the emperor himself. This centralization would become a defining characteristic of Ming governance, creating both remarkable achievements and eventual vulnerabilities that would shape the dynasty's entire trajectory. Emperor Hongwu's vision for the Ming dynasty extended far beyond merely replacing one ruling house with another. He embarked on an ambitious program to reconstruct Chinese society from the ground up, implementing reforms that would echo through the centuries. The emperor established a new legal code that emphasized Confucian values, while incorporating practical administrative measures designed to prevent the corruption that had plagued previous dynasties. Agricultural reform became a cornerstone of his domestic policy, with massive irrigation projects and land redistribution programs that helped millions of peasant families achieve greater prosperity. The cultural renaissance that followed was nothing short of spectacular. Under Ming patronage, Chinese arts flourished in ways that had not been seen for generations. Porcelain production reached unprecedented levels of sophistication, creating pieces so exquisite that they became coveted treasures in royal courts from Europe to Southeast Asia. The famous blue and white ceramics that we associate with Chinese craftsmanship today were perfected during this golden period, with techniques so advanced that European artisans spent centuries trying to replicate them. Architecture under the Ming represented perhaps their most visible and enduring legacy. The Forbidden City in Beijing, constructed during the reign of the Mongol Emperor in the early 15th century, stands as one of humanity's greatest architectural achievements. This vast complex of palaces, courtyards, and gardens was designed according to ancient Chinese principles of harmony and cosmic order. Every element, from the positioning of buildings to the colors of roof tiles, carry as the Son of Heaven a deep symbolic meaning that reflected the emperor's role. Yet it was in the realm of exploration that the Ming Dynasty truly demonstrated its global ambitions. Between 1405 and 1433, the legendary Admiral Zheng He commanded 7 massive naval expeditions that rank among history's most remarkable maritime achievements. These treasure fleets, as they came to be known, consisted of hundreds of ships carrying tens of thousands of sailors, soldiers, merchants, and scholars across the Indian Ocean. The largest vessels in these fleets were said to be over 400 feet long, dwarfing European ships of the era by comparison. These expeditions weren't mere displays of military might or commercial ventures. They represented a sophisticated diplomatic strategy designed to establish Chinese influence across the known world. Zheng He's fleets visited ports in Southeast Asia, India, the Persian Gulf, and the eastern coast of Africa, establishing trade relationships and collecting tribute from local rulers. The Ming court received exotic gifts, including giraffes from Africa, which were interpreted as auspicious omens, symbolizing the emperor's virtuous rule extending to the furthest corners of the earth. The technological innovations that made these expeditions possible reflected the Ming Dynasty's commitment to advancing human knowledge and capability. Chinese shipbuilders developed revolutionary techniques for constructing massive vessels capable of ocean voyages, while navigators perfected the use of magnetic compasses and detailed star charts. These advances in maritime technology would eventually influence shipbuilding traditions across Asia and contribute to the age of global exploration that would reshape the world in subsequent centuries. The Ming Dynasty's legacy extends far beyond the boundaries of time and geography, reaching into our modern world in ways both subtle and profound. From the Great Wall that still winds across China's northern landscape to the Forbidden City that continues to inspire awe in millions of visitors, the Ming left behind monuments to human achievement that seem almost impossible by today's standards. Their porcelain graces museums worldwide, their architectural principles influence contemporary designers, and their innovations in agriculture and governance provided blueprints that shaped centuries of Chinese development. What makes the Ming story so compelling isn't just their remarkable achievements, but the very human drama that drove them. A peasant who became emperor, admirals who sailed to the ends of the known world, artisans who created beauty that transcends centuries. These weren't mythical figures, but real people who dared to envision a better world and possessed the determination to make it reality. The rise and eventual fall of the Ming Dynasty offers timeless lessons about power, innovation, and the delicate balance between tradition and progress. In their greatest triumphs and ultimate vulnerabilities, we see reflections of challenges that continue to shape nations today. The Ming proved that with vision, determination, and the courage to dream beyond conventional limits, even the most humble beginnings can give rise to extraordinary legacies that echo through the ages. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop a comment below and let me know what you'd like to see in the next video.